Yeah, you guys are good. Hello. Yep. Hello and welcome to Penny for a Tale. My name is Mitchell Wallace, and we have a pretty good show for us tonight. Before we begin, we would just like to have this time for a sweet little story time for people watching, a nice something to listen to and maybe to relax to. Darkness and nothing. Darkness has always been with us. It is synonymous with night, the underworld, the enclosed, the clandestine, and a metaphor for evil, danger, and the unknown. Darkness fills us with doubt and primal fear. It is the antithesis of enlightenment, smothering the light of knowledge and wisdom. We have always tried to hold darkness at bay. From the earliest days of our captivity, we've gathered around open fires and gazed with fear into the night. Now we drive away the dark with light bulbs, street lamps, and dazzling neon. That was Kult. So, everyone ready to meet everyone else? Let's just put that down right there. And let's see everyone else. Nope, not that one. And there we go. Welcome everyone and say hello. Hold on one moment. It doesn't seem like you're... It's just me coming through at this point in time. Let's get that figured out. Well, I have to. All right, go ahead
I
and talk.
like how Ian's thing says RIP.
Excellent. There we go. Everyone is back on track. Everyone
It's
can be
working.
heard.
All
And
right.
yeah. So,
Now that I'm
Ian, you're dead. So we'll move on from you.
yes,
Oh,
that was fast.
Shane, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
All right. Hi, I'm Shane. Character I'm playing tonight is Jan, kind of a sort of twisted black marketeer. Generally, is kind of Hans's wingman and doing crazy and reckless acts. And for the most part, he's just kind of part of this group trying to keep everyone alive and trying to save his best friend basically out of this whole situation. So,
Excellent. Jennifer, it's been a while. Why don't you introduce
yes.
yourself again?
Hello. My name is Jennifer. I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet. I make awesome nerdy t-shirts at savagesparrow.com. I am playing Johanna, who was a investigative reporter. And then stuff happened. And she was apparently, thankfully, asleep during the last session, so missed whatever happened, which she's probably better off. Who knows? It's Cult.
Excellent. All right, Spence.
Hi, I'm Spence, and I live on the internet. I'm Resident Moon in chat, so you can shout at me or something. Anyway, I play Saskia Perez, and I used to be a student. I am a little bit of a witch. Um, I have watched a lot of crazy shit, but never something so so drastic as one moment seeing someone before me alive, and then a few minutes later finding them dead on the floor. It was quite unnerving.
and Ian.
Did I do that? I'm Ian. I played Wes, who recently passed. I don't need to introduce my new character because you're going to get the whole introduction tonight. But
Boy.
check us out for our stream Sunday nights. We are chugging along with our Pathfinder stream, and I run that game, and I'm very proud of it. So please watch. But that's it for me.
Excellent. And I am Mitch. You can catch me Wednesday at Victory Condition Gaming running the Symbarum scenario that got published about last year, The Rite of Passage. You can find me at Gen Con, as well as TTRP Theater and Encounter Roleplay. But let's hop right into it. You guys, last time we checked, had gotten the names of 2 women who had previously been associated with Magda, and more specifically the orphans that came from Russia, which eventually made their way to Frankfurt Clinic. You spoke with the doctor who was in charge of that time. And unfortunately, one of your companions decided to leave for the time being in a most horrific of fashions, leaving the rest of you outside the household. It's morning. I believe you guys had gotten into her car, the owner of the residence's car, and are heading towards the 2 older women who are still in the area. You guys also received a interesting, what was it, a tape of some sort?
It was a tape from a person calling themselves Paladin, or a reference of when Paladin calls, you answer, and also telling us we were really fucking terrible at our jobs. Yeah.
So a good
Wait,
morale
we have
boost.
jobs?
Well, I
In a
had a job, and then I got on this kind of crazy ride with Hans and you, and I hit a man with a car. So I mean, well, that's usually business. And
I'm sure you've done worse.
oh yes,
Guys,
Oh, Johanna, you're awake.
yeah, man, I was really out of it. Where's Wes?
Dead.
Yes.
What?
dead.
What happened?
I don't know. One minute he was downstairs talking to me, and then he went upstairs to go take a shower or something, and the next thing I know, I go to check on him, and he's on the floor, not breathing.
And you didn't do anything? Like,
I tried, and then these 2 dragged you and me out of the house.
we should go back. We can't just leave him there.
He's dead. What good does it do to carry a corpse?
I don't know. After everything we've been through, we should at least. We can't just leave him in that house. Like, it doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. But there's so much that we don't understand and that we are running from and trying to catch up to. And as difficult as it is to say, having him with us would be a liability. It would put us in more danger.
Also, that old woman that was in that house, her skin was covered in boils and other nonsense. Hans got a better look at it than I did, but definitely she seemed a bit too friendly. Something was off.
Is he asleep again?
Hans. Jan just kind of like grabs his shoulder, shakes him a little bit.
Passed out.
I think you exhausted him.
That is his fault. He did not have to invite me.
No. At least it was a good nap.
He's still breathing though, like, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have a couple of additional names we need to go run down. I believe I brought the documents, or we at least wrote them down. I don't seem to have them on me right now.
Yeah, the two individuals.
I'll reach
Ethel
forward
and
and grab
Layla.
them from
Ethel
Hans's.
and Layla?
Mm-hmm. They don't live that far. They're in an apartment complex a couple miles further into the city. Not too far from where you guys spent the night the other night.
That seems reasonable. We should look for somewhere to put this car and then go in and investigate that. See if we can get a conversation with these people.
Well, we can try, but if we dump the car and he's still asleep, I don't want to leave him again.
Well, we can't very well just... I guess we can just keep this borrowed car for the time being. It was more of a instinct of whoever was messing with our vehicle knows at least which vehicle we have. It's the idea that we need to keep moving.
I would leave any of us are left alone because we killed. Which, I don't know. At this point, why are we even bothering with any of this? Why don't we just leave and go someplace warm? Because at
Do
least...
you remember when we told you, when me, Hans, and Wes told you about the terrible things that were released when we tried to break the curse? And those terrible things attacked us in the pub, and then angel demon hybrid, whatever it was, took my fucking hand. That's why we keep doing this.
Jan looks up at the rearview mirror, just watching the two of you discuss while he's driving. Just quirks a brow.
Oh, you have not seen how weird this shit is going to be.
No, I only had a feeling of that Hans really needed my help. I'd heard some rumors. He's always come through for me when needed, so I failed him in the past. I wasn't going to fail this time. But that's an entirely different matter.
Something about Munich?
It was not Munich.
Well, anyway, we should find these women and see what they know about Magda, I guess.
So,
If we find Magda, maybe we have answers to how to contain this.
so can you refresh my memory on what these women, what their connection to Magda is?
If I recall correctly, they were at the asylum at the same time as Magda.
In addition, they were from the same, I believe it was a concentration camp. Before they were moved to the asylum, they were one of very few survivors.
Thank you, voice from the beyond.
Yes.
I swear, it's like I can hear Wes in my ears. It's very unnerving.
First.
So I guess for the rest of the car ride, like Johanna will be like in between like sort of just staring blankly out the window and just looking over like some of the notes and stuff from the various books and things we've collected.
Excellent.
Saskia looks a little bit green, and so she like closes her eyes as much as she can.
Yeah.
Hun seems remarkably at peace about this, but he is chain smoking through his pack of cigarettes right now. Just kind of like, as soon as he finishes one, he's just popping the next.
So you guys make it way down the hills, back to the inner city, where you stop right in front of or down the street of this apartment complex. It looks horrific, in very bad disrepair. Several of the windows are shattered, boarded up walls. That kind of grease that lines the side of the brick house running down into a little puddle on the sidewalk, which is cracked. Several people are leaning against it with blankets wrapped around them. And there is a little payphone out in front of it. The moment you step out of the car, it begins to ring. Ring.
I'll
Ring.
answer it.
Excellent. Ian.
Saskia.
Wes?
No. Where's Wes?
Oh, sorry.
Wait.
Someone else I had on my mind. Who's this?
Wait a second. Where's Wes? I don't see him with you.
Who are you? And how are you seeing us?
Doesn't matter yet. Paladin called and you answered. That's good. You're here to find Ethel and Layla, correct?
You are remarkably well informed.
Right. Well, stay on the mission. Expect another call soon. Bye. And the call ends.
Jan's looking around the area, like for what buildings are overlooking this kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
because I immediately told you. I was like, there's
look,
someone
you guys
who...
choose to look up.
it's more that
Smart.
the moment that we pull up and a phone starts ringing, it's kind of like, where is
The
this
fuck?
person?
Yeah.
There's several buildings with kind of these stained windows. Any one of them could be a good spot.
So what is the paladin?
We don't exactly know. But I think the main thing we are trying to get from this Layla and Ethel is if they know how to find Magda, or if they have any idea where she last was, or perhaps what they were doing at the asylum or something. I don't know.
Mitchell, didn't we technically see Magda die like at the start of the session, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know that.
Okay. That's what I wanted to check. So Johanna would just give Saskia like a look of Magda is dead, or at least I mean, I guess at this point, who even knows anymore? But
Well, tell that to the beings that have told us to go find her.
that doesn't make any sense, though, because we saw. I guess we thought
We have
saw.
seen a lot of things. If they're asking us to find her, she may be dead. Maybe her body. It may be research she was doing. It may be a million things. But
I guess that leads to the question of why do these people, or why do they want her found?
I don't know. I wish I did.
Wonder if this curse maybe maybe that's how she figured out how to, I don't know, like maybe it crosses barriers, or I don't. This is way outside of my wheelhouse.
Well, if I had been allowed to study longer, I might know something more, but you know, you do not get to choose when fate calls you or something like that. So, what building are we looking for?
It's run right before you. Apartment building. You know that they're on the 3rd floor. You can kind of see their porch. A few potted plants upon it. Spider webs.
Do they live in the same building, or like, do they live together, or is it like
They
two
live
different
together.
places? Okay.
I suppose we should go and pay a house call to these people, because whoever is watching us would be most cross with us if we're not doing as requested. As of right now, they could be above us, ready to rain bullets upon us or something of that sort, or worse. So it'd be best that we play along for the time being.
All right, who goes in first? There's this door that leads, which you guys assume to be the stairwell to the apartment complex.
Jan will go ahead and then just kind of, or as he's doing this, basically puts on a set of leather gloves, basically, as he just goes to open the doors and everything, just trying to leave just little proof that he's there as possible.
Excellent.
Joanna, you should go next since you do well with questioning people.
Okay.
You 3 enter. Before you is the beginning of the stairwell, kind of going around till you can't see anymore, though you see the continuation of it right above. You know that it goes a little bit further down. The lights, though, aren't really working that well in this place, so there's a flickering of light. There's a man in the corner smoking a cigarette. His eyes are pale. He is pale, and his teeth are kind of this faded yellow. He doesn't regard you, but there is something off about the scene as you take it in.
I was going to see if I could see through any illusions.
Yeah, I was gonna do investigate.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Let's see. I got a 15, and then I add my score, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 18.
Excellent. I do believe you get 2 questions. What are those questions?
I don't know. What should I ask, guys?
What do you guys want to know about this particular situation?
Can't tell you. That's metagaming.
But.
Where are they?
Okay, so I guess describe the scene again, please.
Mm-hmm. You're in the apartment stairwell. It goes up and it also goes down. There's currently one gentleman against the wall smoking a cigarette. The light kind of flickers on and off a little bit. It doesn't look like there's much light in this stairwell in general, but there are doors kind of leading to various apartments.
I guess right off the bat, is there anything strange that we should notice about the guy?
There's nothing strange about him.
Okay.
Maybe are the people we're looking for here home?
Yeah, Do we do we hear like signs of life and stuff in this complex? Like, does it sound like people actually live here, or do you hear spooky Silent Hill sounds?
No, it's everything's comfortable. Here you hear
Yeah.
cooking, sound of jazz playing in the distance.
What's the rent like?
What's the rent like? Who knows? How about you, Saskia?
Oh, well, I have to roll first. Hold on. Alright. So that's a 17.
Excellent.
So I want to see if there's anything being glamored in the room.
You can kind of see that the walls are a little bit more rotten than they appear to be, with several holes in them. The thing that kind of captures your attention the most, though, is there's 3 children, or at least their faces. It's kind of hard to see in the dark, but there's just enough light to illuminate their faces, and they seem particularly interested in the man in the corner, or on the side of the wall.
Are these real children or spectral children?
It's hard to say.
And what of the man in front of us? Is he what he appears to be?
He is. In every way.
Gross. We are looking for Ethel or Layla. We are interviewing recovered patients from the Frankfurt clinic.
He's upstairs.
Danke. Shall we go upstairs?
I mean, what other choice do we have? We have a paper to write.
Right.
You guys start heading upstairs. About halfway to the second landing, you hear a smack, a crack, almost like something wet hitting the ground. Turning back, you notice that the man, his head is bleeding, and there's a red trail leading from where he was and slowly being dragged down into the lower levels of the apartment complex.
I will tug on Jan's shirt.
Sorry, but there's just so it sounds like something thunked him, or just what kind of?
Kind of looks like he got shot.
Can I do the crime scene investigation?
Yeah, you'd have to go back downstairs, but sure.
Okay. Should I?
No, keep moving for the time being. Whoever, if someone could shoot him from there and they see another body, they might just put one in you too. Also,
there were children in that room. Did anyone else see them?
I didn't see anything in that regard. Looking
No.
back, what kind of view did, or kind of just looking at angle of if you were that old man, what kind of direction would you have? Does it look like you got hit from the street, basically?
No, looking around, unless they're shooting from a very hidden spot, there's no real way to shoot someone in this. It's enclosed stairwell with just the door leading in. Maybe if they shot through the window, but looking at the window now, it's still intact.
So, not a bullet. It doesn't look like a bullet, or at least, or it would have to be someone nearby. Also, even with the suppressor, things are usually not that quiet. That's creepy.
Also, just out of character, looking back at notes, one of the things that we're trying to do is to capture Shagadiel, I think that's it. Because that's what we released when we tried to end the curse. So,
Yay.
yay, Ian and notes.
All right, you guys continuing on upstairs?
Right now, yeah, seems like the plan.
All right. You continue on up, and as you do, you notice that the lights directly behind you start to shift off every time you go up a different level.
Okay. So, all right, Jan's going to just kind of motion to Saskia and Johanna. You guys go up. We're all three going to go up the stairs. I'm going to step slightly to the left around. You guys go right. I'll step left, basically, and wait at the bottom of or wait at the stairwell to see if something's moving behind us.
All right. And I'll follow his instruction.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so basically they're just going to step to the right. Jan's going to step to the left of the stairwell, basically. So if someone has been like turning lights out or doing shit behind them, Jan's basically ready to sneak up and just smack them, basically, or try to grab them.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and observe the situation?
Okay. What is observe the situation with?
Perception.
Yep.
Okay. That is 14.
Ooh, excellent. So, you get one question.
Okay. Is there anything, or what exactly are just trying to observe, basically? Every time we go up another flight of stairs, it's like the lights are disappearing behind us, and the one person who saw us got blinked out, basically, right afterwards. I'm trying to figure out what caused this. Just observing what is doing this, basically. If there is anything I can observe in this manner.
Excellent. The first thing you see is a child stepping forward from the darkness. A little lollipop in his mouth with a smear of red around his mouth. You hear a sliding sound above you, and then some of the light just above starts to flicker out.
Sliding above us, and the child's behind us?
The child's in front of you.
Okay. Just stay put and observe the child for a moment.
It moves a little bit closer. And then the lights are off, enveloping you in darkness. Enveloping.
Jan twitches a little bit in the dark, just kind of like focused, almost reaching into his coat, checking his pistols there, checking his knife is nearby.
Yeah.
Just almost a practiced reaction of fear.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and avoid harm for me?
Okay. That's an 18.
Excellent. You feel several hands reaching forth, grasping on your clothes, but you roll back. Are you running towards the light?
Yep.
Jan, where are you?
You see
Yeah.
Jan
Something's
burst from the light, yeah.
Something's trying to grab me.
What? Did you get a look at it?
No, I didn't see what it was, but there's a small child that was there, had like a lollipop in his mouth bright red, probably from the sucker. The room got very dark, and then a handful of hands tried to grab me all at once.
You go ahead. I will stand it. I will stand guard. This seems more in my wheelhouse than yours.
What
Quite
do
likely.
you think it is?
No idea, because after that kid walked past, the light all just instantly went down.
Just go and talk to Layla, and I will stand guard.
Saskia doesn't need to say it twice. Jan's already heading up the stairs.
Like,
All right.
Johanna will start to head there, but look back at Saskia. Like, are you sure?
Trust me.
And she'll just nod and head up.
All right. The darkness is coming for Saskia. Kind of crawls forward with little patters.
Enough. We mean you no harm.
A small child comes out of the darkness, sucking on a lollipop.
What did that man do to you?
It looks at you, kind of with interest in its eyes, and moves forward. The first thing you notice that there's this stalk coming out of his back.
Now. There's no need for that. Use your words.
And then the light above you starts to flicker.
I will hold my pendant and focus on the goddess that I perceived at the river and the night before, and just ask for guidance and defense.
Go ahead and roll soul. What'd you get? You're muted.
I got a 15.
Excellent. You can... there's almost this dark luminescence coming from the pendant. And as you look, you see that this is a spider-like creature with feet and heads that kind of resemble children. Almost a sort of lure. One of the kids currently has its mouth open. You can see the legs of the adult male you saw earlier. Blood dripping down the boy's face. There's a large mouth upon its black and moist appendage, as one of the kids smears blood onto the lights.
Enough. And I will try to command them to back off.
They slither away. You still hear the crunch of bones and flesh.
I will go up to my party a little bit, but keep an eye on where they were.
Excellent. You guys are not too far from the door. You see it from here. Apartment 301.
I guess Johanna will go towards the apartment and pause, listening to see if there's anything creepy that she hears on the other side or not.
Listening in, there's nothing creepy on the other side. Just a faint smell of maybe basil and footsteps.
She'll knock on the door.
There's a pause of the footsteps, and then you hear someone approaching. The door opens up, and you see the chain between the door and the wall as an old-faced woman appears at you from the other side. Yes?
Hello. Are you perhaps a Miss Ethel or Layla?
I'm Ethel.
Hi, I'm with the what is the main
Frankfurter Tageblatt.
okay, the
Girl
Frankfurter
Scouts.
Tageblatt. And I was hoping I'm doing a piece on some of the things that you went through, and I was wondering if I could interview you and is it your sister?
Just friend.
Friend. Okay. If I could interview you and your friend for our paper, that would be fantastic.
Yes, of course. Is it just you?
I have two assistants. Are they help with record keeping and notes and stuff.
Sure. And you hear the door closes. The latch moves on the other side, and coming in, it's a pretty small apartment. You see the kitchen, a little dining room, and then another door, which must lead to the bedroom. Doesn't seem like there's a bathroom in here at all, other than a little bucket on the porch, which has several flies buzzing around it. When Ethel moves away from you and you guys step in, you notice that she's not wearing any pants. Wearing just kind of a button-up t-shirt, as well as she kind of moves forward and leans on the couch next to her friend, who is currently wrapped in a blanket and sweating. Before them is a table filled with cups, teacups and the such, and they move to pick one up and drink, set it back down, and then doesn't seem they're really interested in picking up the same one again. Nonetheless, they motion to 3 chairs in front of them. Wicker chairs.
Is there anything off about the room?
Other than they live in poverty and this place is gross. Not really.
So I guess Johanna would sort of do one of those things of like looking around but like maintaining poker face. But shooting like some side eye at the friends. And she'll just pull out her notepad and just be like, okay, if you don't mind me asking, first of all, is she ill, or I know she's wrapped up and seems to have some trouble.
She feels a little bit under the weather. Yep. Would you like some tea?
Yeah, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Excellent. And she picks up a teapot from the ground and pours it into one of the cups and kind of moves against the glass towards you.
She'll take it and sort of like do one of those things of like looking like she's drinking but not actually drinking.
How about a little bit of wheat buns? You look hungry.
Not me. None for me, thank you. Again, I have to watch my figure. But
That's true, you are getting fat.
Thank you.
Jan will lift a finger and he will take them up in those wheat buns then.
Excellent. They seem to, this box next to them, they open it up and pull out these buns, which are kind of stuck together, and rip one off and kind of hand it over.
Oh yeah, he'll just tear into that thing. He actually is kind of upset he hasn't eaten breakfast today or anything. So
I mean, Wes had to be an ass and ruin breakfast.
Ruin breakfast.
Yeah.
Fucking Wes.
She
Wes.
leans back and sips. You can tell that her bare necessities are kind of soiled. She's sweating. You can see several bits of the sweat kind of move slowly down her shoulder and kind of forward onto her chest. Kind of these aging spots and scars that lean further down. And every now and then when she moves, she even reveals a bit of breast. As she does. She doesn't really seem uncomfortable with it at all. The other one remains silent and tightly wrapped around this blanket. She hasn't met any of your eyes as of yet. But every now and then, this old woman would give her a sip of her own tea, which would then dribble down the front of her lips and into the confines of the towel.
Okay. Well, I guess where to begin?
Where'd you go to college?
I went to the I don't know. Is University of Berlin a place?
Yes.
Okay. With a major in investigative journalism, but I'm interviewing you, so
Have you found a husband yet?
I was wondering if you, first of all, could you confirm if you were at some point residents of the mental hospital,
Frankfurt
Clinic.
Asylum.
Frankfurt Asylum?
Frankfurt Clinic. Yes, indeed. We were both there for a large period of our life, but that's behind us now. Tell us, I don't see a ring upon your finger, and you are getting old. Are you sure maybe your prospects aren't dwindling down with such endeavors?
I mean, I'm married to my work, which, again, can you describe your experience at the clinic?
So modern. Women are into that these days, aren't they? This sort of career focus, yes?
Yes.
So you're never settle down and marry?
If you could please answer my questions.
And she kind of looks over to Layla. She's much too pudgy to find a husband now. You can kind of see the lines underneath her eyes. She's probably that once ripe peach is soon to sour.
Excuse me, ladies. Where's the restroom?
Out on the porch.
John's going to go wander towards the porch then. In reality, he's actually trying to see if he can snoop around the place a little bit on his way out there.
Yeah, it's just kind of right there. There's this kind of sliding glass, and outside there's a bucket. The moment you step outside, you can kind of get this horrific smell as you kind of put two and two together of the bucket and the flies that are above it.
Poor old ladies probably don't want to have to huff this nasty bucket, so Jan's just gonna pick up the bucket and just heave and ho over the fence, and then put it down and actually go take a leak.
Yeah, you see shit flying off into the wind, down into the alley below.
Some guy's just like, ah!
It's like, 2 points.
2 points. When you go to take a
I
piss,
say that all the time.
There's like several. It looks like the whole bottom of the bucket itself is covered in these cockroaches that kind of move and shift around.
Target practice.
Yeah, and they seem to like it. So, back to Saskia and Johanna.
So like as this is happening, like I just imagine like Johanna goes from like I am humoring you to all right, now I'm getting annoyed. So she'll just flat out be like, did you happen to know a Magda Orlova?
Yes, she was with us. Did you know her? Are you possibly maybe her daughter?
I was not her daughter, but she was the subject of a few of my articles, and we would talk often. So I am curious how you, like, what your relationship with her was.
Well, we both came from the same camp in Russia. Spent many a time at Frankfurt Clinic. Layla, did you have anything to add? And Layla looks at you and kind of motions you to come a little bit closer. Her hand, naked, kind of crawls its way out of this damp blanket she's in and beckons you closer.
So Johanna's gonna like give a look to Saskia and then just be like, okay.
Closer, my dear.
What is it?
All of us were there. It was dark. I can't remember what it looked like. It's a complete blank. Everything has been suppressed. That is why we're still alive, to some degree, functioning. So much disgusting things happened in that camp. In Russia, before the hospital, Dr. Tarlina saved us. But hell is real.
Mitchell, does the name Dr. Charlina ring any bells?
Tatlina is the doctor you spoke to just yesterday.
Okay.
We left Wes dead in her house.
Oh god.
Not
And took
recent.
her car.
And took her car.
Yeah, you guys are not great sleepover people.
No.
What do you mean she saved you? How?
And Ethel kind of waves and takes a strong sip of her tea. Well, obviously it's better here. I mean, look at this decadence we live in right now. And as she says it, there is a ringing coming from the kitchen. Ring.
Johanna
Is
would
that
just
your
yeah.
phone?
I suppose it is. Can you go pick it up?
I'll go pick it up.
My ankles are swollen. It feels like it's probably just the day, maybe the season. Saskia picks it up on the other line.
You are to respond as if this were a city call. Understood?
How can I help you?
I hope you're not in danger. But if you are at any point, you're to step out into the porch and wave. I'll see you. Is everything okay?
I thank you for your call. They are busy at the moment.
Good work. All right. Well, I suppose I'll see you soon. Call
Thank you.
ends.
So, dearie, I guess you'll be in the hospital soon as well, yes?
What are you talking about?
Well, you know, prospects such as yourself eventually find their way to Frankfurt Clinic.
These are
Roth?
not the days that you recall. Being single and more mature is not a cause to put someone in a hospital anymore.
I don't think things have changed that much. I think as long as men rule, she will suffer.
Such is the way of things for women. But we persevere. We are smarter.
Well, eventually when it doesn't work out and you are bloated, you should come here. We'll take care of you.
That's sweet.
You're welcome. We share a bed. We share the bucket. We pick the bones off of birds that die around our building and drink up the juices. It's good living. Good, right living.
It seems like it. I guess, let's see. Do you remember anyone else from the camp or, perhaps anyone else who Magda was connected to?
No, but I guess if you want more, you could always go to Russia. And visit
Where?
that dark camp.
Jan steps in from the porch or from the balcony at this point and goes, I think I remember hearing something about a place. Was it Kirov, I believe?
Yes.
Did anything strange happen that you could not explain while you were at the clinic or at the camp?
Your sister mentioned that,
Hell is real.
yeah, or sorry, she had mentioned that, things had been removed, and that kept you safe. Did you notice that same sensation? Like, are you missing time or anything like that?
I think it's more so when Adam and Eve bit the apple. Everything after that was hell. It's best to forget, dear. Eventually, this is where everything leads.
What do you mean by this? Just this apartment or being at the end of your rope?
We are not at the end of our rope. This is a wonderful place, rated highly within the community. But this place like this is where you'll end up. If you keep poking and prodding and molesting the apple.
Are you saying that there are some things that we should not try to understand?
I think that's best if happiness is something that you want to secure for yourself. But I can tell just by looking at you that it won't be enough. And you'll be very much disappointed.
Do we have everything that we need for your piece, Joanna?
I have asked everything I can think of.
Excellent. Can we provide you some cookies on the way out?
No, thank you.
It's probably
Yes.
best. Johanna, find a husband. Don't eat so much. Smile more.
I'll work on that. Thank you.
And they continue to drink their tea.
And as we shut the door on their apartment, I will go, I'm glad they didn't direct any of that at me. I'm sorry.
Like, oh my god.
I would much rather face what I faced than face those two.
Oh.
So basically, what we have here is that if we want anything further, it looks like we get to take a trip to Russia.
That's what it
That
seems
should
like.
be fun. Hans will be delighted.
I'm
What?
certain you'll love that.
What was strange to me was that whole idea of forgetting things or suppressing things. In that idea of like whatever happened, that's what kept them safe.
It seems almost, forgive me of waxing in a strange direction here, but the idea that if you stress and strain yourself, the only thing that you get as a result is broken, and you see this wonderful penthouse, if you will, is a pleasant experience, but compared to what this hell they've described in that Kirov hospital camp or whatever, some sort of camp around Moscow, they noted it was hell exists and it was in that camp. They've forgotten all about it, and because of that, they can have a happier existence. Because it's kind of that idea of remembering, or I guess you could probably ask Hans about this, is that how was your life changed after Munich or something? It's more the idea of there's a moment in your life you would love to forget. And if you did, perhaps your life would be better, more enriched.
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think it's that simple. You saw within the clinic some of the things that the patients had become, right?
Oh yeah, the sort of ghastly, sort of clawed things that ripped into
Yeah.
Hans, and yes.
And if those kind of experiments had started in the camp, I don't think that it's simply just like we're looking at normal trauma processes. I think there's something else. Like again, if they have forgotten with trauma, like you've seen how it's been following us. Why would it not be following them by the same token? Like they were, I guess, comparatively fine compared to us. So what happened?
Well, there's a very big difference between what they are doing and what we are doing. We are actively continuing to pursue this. They have given up on that. They have stopped. They did not want to remember that point of their lives. They pushed it aside. They gave up on it. They decided that this penthouse is what is important to them, and that's happiness to them. They would settle for that. I don't see any of us as the kind of people who would let go of this matter, and perhaps that is to our own detriment. But so long as Hans continues wandering on this path, I'm with him. So I'm with you all as well.
Well, thank you. With how frequently he falls asleep and gets injured, I'm glad you're here.
Someone has to look after him.
That is the truth. The hallway should be alright to come down, but I will go first just in case.
The lights are on, and it's, despite its horrific appearance with cockroaches and sludge and stains, you are able to get out.
Was the body still there?
No,
Okay.
everything's fine.
Okay.
I will discreetly bite my finger and leave a drop of blood as thanks for safe passage.
All right. Where you
Jan
guys?
seems to be remarkably more relaxed after they get out of that building.
Where are you guys heading to now?
The car.
Well, after that.
I guess towards Russia?
We can't just road trip to Russia.
Well, before we go anywhere, that paladin man is the one who called the house.
What did he want?
He said if we were in trouble to stand on the balcony and wave our arms, and help would come.
Well, that definitely feels reassuring and comforting. I know that I certainly feel far more confident that a creepy weirdo is telling us to wave our arms on a balcony and help will magically come instead of just getting shot at. Or...
I don't think it's magic help. I think it is human help, but you never know.
I mean, who even knows at this point? I don't know if I was
Seriously.
using that hyperbolically or not. This is the world that we live in.
Yes. I'll check on Hans and see if he's breathing, and if he is but still not moving, I'll just put him in the back seat.
Yeah, he's fast asleep.
He's fucking heavy.
Johanna will help you. Especially since you're one-armed.
I might need a few minutes, folks. A certain baby kitty is demanding his dinner right now.
That's fine. We can have girl talk.
I'll just happily be Mr. Chauffeur.
Oh, I hate when people drive me.
I always find it weird when other people are driving my car.
Well, thank you for indulging me.
Okay.
Johanna, are you alright?
I mean, I left all right. Probably when you lost your hand. That's when things stopped being all right. You know, I exist in this space. That's where I am.
Right. Well, the questions they asked you were very invasive. And I know that your relationship is something of a sore subject. You've spoken about nightmares having to do with your boyfriend.
I don't. I don't even know if I would call him my boyfriend because we never had a chance to have that talk. But
So your lover then?
I guess if I'm being honest, that didn't even really occur to me until you brought it up, and now I don't really know what makes me feel worse. That I don't know where he is or what's happening to him, and all of that is flooding back, or that I stopped thinking about that because of everything else. Yeah.
I'll put my arm around your shoulder and just offer a hug if you want it.
She'd take the hug. Just like again, she's tired and just done.
There's a lot that's going on, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed, but we have to try to process in our downtime and
I can't stop thinking about when Wes is dead. We still have no idea what happened to his wife. And the only ones left of the original group are me and Hans, and well, just look at him.
he's not as bad as it could be, and he's healing remarkably well for what happened to him. Like the fact that he has any stamina at all is amazing.
I believe that might be kind of part and parcel to the point I was trying to make earlier, is that everyone here seems to be driven by something. They want something. They want something more than what we have. How we got there, I don't know. But it's why I don't think I can stand the idea of just accepting something like a sludge-filled house as a success.
I want to be clear. I wasn't saying that we accept that. I was saying we should go someplace warm, like an island. Because at least if we're going to die horribly, we'll die horribly warm.
But
We might finally get to make that margarita bar.
but you have to weigh that against, well, we are, well, now 4 people. And it seems like we may be the only thing to stop a remarkably terrible thing from happening to a lot more people. Do we, each of us, take a stand? Or do we admit defeat? I can't walk away from this anymore. If I wanted to walk away, I should have walked away weeks ago.
That would have been the smarter thing to do.
I would still have my hand.
And I thought about it, when all of us first started, and someone had broken into my house. And this is back when we thought it was safe to go back to our own homes. And I just remember that I had gotten attacked, and I killed the person who had jumped on me, and I had never even fired a gun before. And in that moment, I thought, not for anything else, but this is the story that's going to make my career. And now that I look at everything else that we've been through, I can't help wonder if I don't just deserve all of this. Because what kind of person has that experience, and just thinks about the success that they can bargain from it?
Someone who has not had very much success in the past, but has worked hard. Don't sell yourself short, because wanting success is not a failure. It's not a failure in character to want to attain some form of greatness.
But it's the point that not only was my life in danger because of this, but I killed somebody. I don't know I still don't entirely know who they were, but you know, and it's easy to just hand wave and assume everyone who's come after us has been awful monsters, but then I wonder, like, what if they are connected to others with families or children, and they're now being deprived of who they thought was their father. And I don't know, I just
You must take solace in the fact that you are still alive, and what you are trying to do, what we are trying to do, is something that no one will ever thank us for. But it needs to be done.
If I'm being perfectly honest, Saskia, I'm progressing forward because I don't really know how to do anything else anymore. And that's the truth of it.
Well, there are worse things. You could stay still.
And with that, as you guys head out of the city, eventually pulling off to sleep and such, you are each going to find yourself in a white landscape surrounded by fog. You glimpse low hills on the horizon. A lonely tree rises on the hillside before you. It is comfortably warm, and a faint breeze ruffles through your hair, smelling of topsoil and the ocean. The sky is scarlet red, as if the moment before sunrise. Clouds of mist twist and turn, shapes form in the veils of fog, only to disappear as soon as they are looked at. Each one of you are present, and there is a silhouette in the fog approaching you.
I'll look at it and say hello.
Wes, you hear them.
Hi, friend.
Wes?
Wes?
Kind of. Don't get excited.
I don't understand. How is this possible?
What happened?
I don't have the answers, Saskia.
You were alive 1 minute, and the next you were dead. What happened?
I was ready to die a long time ago. I gave up. You'd understand. See, I wanted to find her. Maybe now you'll believe. I don't know if I killed her.
Killed who?
My wife, Saskia.
Sabine? The one we saw in the picture?
She's disappeared. And, I thought if I died, maybe I'd get answers. They wouldn't even give me that.
Where are we? Where are you?
I don't know. I don't understand anything anymore.
How did you find us?
I don't know. You're making me tired.
Wait, I'm sorry. Just is there something we can do to help you, to get you back? I told you we should have gone back for the body. We couldn't have just lived him there.
Calm down. We're stuck in this. At least I am. You have to see it through. There's no giving up. Promise me that. I'm sorry, Saskia.
You'll have to be specific. There are lots of things you should be apologizing to me for.
I need you guys to see this through.
I have no intention of abandoning what we started.
Thank you.
It will be harder without you here.
Is there, if we make it to the end of the road, is there a way to bring you back?
You're making me tired. I can't think. I need to go.
Wes, wait. I go towards him and I try to give him a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's visibly disoriented. Every question you give him, every thing that you try to provide just confuses him more. He seems a bit disconnected from reality. You expected to move through him, but he hugs you back.
It's around this time that you notice that there's a man sitting by the tree on the hill. He leans against the weathered tree trunk, resting comfortably.
Yohana would just completely ignore creepy dude and just look at Wes and be like, I'm really sorry I was such a bitch to you.
Jan will go hit up the guy who leans against the tree.
Saskia's gonna let them have their moment and go to the back of the tree because, yeah, I still don't like you, Wes, but I wish you peace.
As you guys approach, the man rises and bows, kind of taking off a straw hat. Hello, I'm the Wanderer.
Hello, Wanderer. Hast du Feuer? Do you have a light, basically?
No.
Fair enough.
He's kind of vaguely familiar to you two as you look at him, but you can't really place where.
Have we met before?
I don't know. But it seems we're connected in some sort. And he kind of motions towards this little doll that you remember being in your car, staying with you always.
I remember this. It was given to me.
I'm here to educate you concerning the knowledge of the dreaming arts.
Saskia stands up a little straighter and immediate attention is like, yes, please.
Why are you excited?
Knowledge is everything.
Do you know where it leads?
No, that's part of the excitement.
Always horrors. Always horrors. It never ceases. But if you can appreciate something like that, then maybe the path that you're on is suited for you. How about you two companions? Are they going to join us? wait then.
So, yeah, I basically, like, I imagine, you know, Johanna would, like, say that to Wes, and, probably just also sort of, like, she wouldn't ask for a hug, but she'd just kind of be, like, awkwardly fidgeting, and then probably just be like, I should go.
Okay.
But please, please stay safe, wherever you are. And we'll try to find you. Okay. I'm gonna promise you that.
He doesn't respond. He just touches his knuckles with his thumb, sort of testing his own understanding of reality right now.
Are you two coming?
Johanna just like look at Wes like, can you stick around?
Let's go.
Jan just kind of looks over to Wes at this point, just kind of pulls his flask from his coat pocket, takes a swig of it himself, and then just pours a bit to the ground.
Pours one out for a homie.
And then turns to go follow after Saskia and the Wanderer.
The alcohol kind of slows down, and it's still, like, moving at half speed, so it takes a little while for all of it to pour onto the ground.
Now that actually causes him to pause for a second and just kind of watch. Head tilt a little bit like, Try spitting a loogie, just to see if it also falls at slow rate.
No, it falls at regular rate.
With that, screws the cap back on his flask and slides it back into his pocket, then turns to go follow Saskia and the Wanderer.
Yeah.
As the Wanderer kind of starts to walk down the hill, you notice that the world around you changes. The hills are kind of twisted until you are in the midst of a ruined and abandoned city, with everything kind of hauntingly silent and empty. This is an abandoned dream world. Its creator no longer dwells here, so these ruins are all that remains. All you can find here can be changed. And as he does, he kind of notices some weeds popping up from the cracks of the street, and just kind of motions towards them, and they just are now fruit and bread, as he picks them up and hands them to each of you.
I mean, does this look okay?
Yeah.
Alright, Johanna will eat
Cassie is gonna eat it.
it. Yeah. It's like, alright, my threshold has now just been reduced to, does it visually look okay? Alright, whatever. I'll take the candy from the stranger.
Yay! Get in my van.
Ugh. My dream machine! So I guess, you know, Johanna would like look from the Wanderer to Wes to the ruinscape, and just be like, how did we get here?
You're sleeping.
Interesting.
I don't sleep.
In a way you are, Wes. I can assure you whatever semblance of peace you sought, you are not going to find. And this might be the best moments of the remainder of your existence.
Oof.
Why is
Wait.
Hans not here?
Hans is elsewhere. The why is hard to understand.
Might as well take it at face value then.
Wanderer, will I see them again?
These three individuals, the companions that you've met and experienced much with within the past couple of weeks?
Yes.
Yes. While I train each of you in the art of dreaming, you'll be able to see each other. Now, Wes, after that, well, it's back to where you were. For the time being, I have protected you from the memories of that place so that you wouldn't weep and cry and fall to the floor like a little baby. But I'll have to send you back.
Okay.
I guess, Wanderer, I have a question then. Are
Please.
we all damned?
It depends on what you mean by damned. Damned is a loaded word, usually associated with a biblical perspective.
I suppose that's a bit further out than I thought about it, but more to the idea of other people we had spoken with earlier had mentioned the only way that they survived a situation where they described as hell, basically, was to repress it, to forget it, very much like what you're saying to Wes here. Is that...
People have a very romantical view of hell. If you've ever stuck your hand in a fire, you'll know that it is painful, but it is not nearly as painful as the loss of a child, or a husband, wife, of dreams scattered and broken, of looking back at the age of 40 and seeing that your life amounted to nothing. These pains, which every human endures day by day, that is hell, or as close to it as anyone will ever get. There's just more of that the further off you go from your body. There is no such thing as damned. Life and death is more so the same. You just continue on, and you try to distract yourself from life.
Helped Ethel and Layla and Magda.
Say again, child.
Did you help Ethel, Layla,
I was
and
a
Magda?
victim.
A victim
Yes.
of Magda?
No, of the camp of
I met
Frankfurt
you.
Clinic.
You gave me this, and I point to the duck or the black porcelain thingy.
Oh.
I believe you, but I cannot remember.
I'm struggling for your name.
As am
Do
I.
you?
Wait a second, is this the same guy who wandered, or we caught wandering around Frankfurt Clinic outside that wanted a lift
No.
and things like that?
No.
This
Okay.
This is the
He
guy.
was a patient.
He was a patient. So out of character. This is
Okay.
a patient that I met while Wes and I were touring
Okay.
the campus, and he's usually very upset. But he gave me a black porcelain figurine.
Yeah, and that was the doll that was like creepily like in the
Wes's
car.
hands.
Yeah.
And
And
then
you
we
see the
actually-
doll like staring at you from the street.
I mean, I hope this isn't a weird question, but why do you want to help us?
That's a good question. I don't think I truly understand the answer myself. I guess why are you continuing to help your companions here despite a life you could probably return back to, Johanna?
Because this is important.
And there we go. We have this way of convincing ourselves that things are important. If we didn't, well, we would realize our true purpose in life, which is there is no purpose. So it's all based on an illusion, and so I follow with the illusion. It's somewhat of a conversation filled with melancholy, but if we're trying to seek the truth, we can at least glimpse it and return to our lives. Would you like to see something, Johanna? Something beautiful?
Sure.
Are you sure? When I show you it, I cannot unshow it.
Yes. I would like to see it.
Okay. Follow me. And he moves off the street and towards one of the kind of townhomes, this row homes of townhomes. The light is on, and you can't hear anything, but he kind of peers through the window, through the lace coverings, and motions for you to look as well.
Okay. She would look over there.
Yeah, you look just past the window and you see yourself. You're opening the fridge, taking out a glass of wine, pouring yourself, and that same man who wooed you several nights ago comes out and hugs you before kissing you on the cheek. He leads you to a dining room table and sets before you this gorgeous attempt at pasta. There's a comical response to it, and he gets down on one knee. The window blurs and the images fade as the wanderer looks at and then looks towards you.
She has tears like streaming down her cheeks, and just like has her hand against the glass, just like, wait, what happened?
It's what could have been.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Saskia will put her arm around Joanna again and just like hold her a little bit.
I wanted you to see something beautiful because you're not going to. Not anymore. None of you will. But at least you can imagine what life could have been like. I'm sorry, Johanna. I'm sorry for you all.
And when she looks back up, there's just like this like numbness in her face. So you said you were going to help us.
Yes.
and teach us whatever it is you wish to impart.
I will ensure you at least have good sleep. But if you work hard, maybe you'll learn something useful. Are each of you ready?
As
Ready.
we will ever be.
Suppose I might as well try to find what beauty I can.
I enjoy the lie, but I assure you, you will find none.
Well, then I suppose I should just get ready.
And with that, rain starts to come down, cold and freezing. You feel as if you stood under this rain for too long, you would get frostbite. It's uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah.
You saw what I could do. Fix it.
I will imagine with my heart of hearts that we each have umbrellas and winter coats.
Go ahead and roll soul.
Nice.
Oh, wait. The filter doesn't like this thing.
Excellent. And with that, everyone's clothes kind of change to a more appropriate outfit. Impressive, Saskia, but let the others live or die on their own.
Well,
I will try to think of a sunny day.
Inanimate objects, Johanna. You can change things, but you cannot alter reality. Does that make sense? You can't
Right.
change the weather, but you can make an umbrella or a coat.
I'll make an umbrella and a coat. But my soul is terrible. So 11.
Excellent. It's difficult as you kind of try to shift. You notice, well, everyone else knows that there's kind of blood dripping from your nose
Oh God.
as you take a serious wound.
Okay.
How about Wes and Jean?
I need something to take shelter under. I'm gonna try to envision a bus stop, one with a roof. I like the sound, but I do very poorly.
What'd you get?
We're looking at an 8.
All right, we'll come back to you.
Jan's going to try to just think of basically a tent, basically.
All right.
Cloth
what'd you get?
awning. I got a 5.
All right. So, for Wes, a bus stop does appear, but you see this kind of shadowy figure sitting underneath it as well. The ice is cold on your body. Do you move forward? Do you protect yourself under the shelter?
I'm not doing anything.
The figure moves forward. As it comes out from under the bus, you see Sabine. naked in front of you as she takes a step forward. You see the ice coming down, splitting her skin as blood falls. She continues to move forward. You can almost see her feet cutting on the shattered ice on the floor, almost like glass. And she presses her hands against your chest.
Somebody conjure a gun!
This would shock me
Um,
if I didn't have this nightmare every night.
can we see this?
Yeah.
You have this nightmare every night?
Yes, but she dies every night. You're going to need to be a little more creative if you're going to break me, Sabine.
Then will it away?
I'd like to try, Mitchell.
All right. Roll violence.
Roll violence. Oh, 16.
All right. Describe how. Do it.
I want to shove. I want to bend the rules of reality just enough, or maybe just put enough force into it to put her back towards the bus stop. I want to shatter the glass of the bus stop and maybe the illusion with it.
Yeah. She rolls backwards, shattering the glass and falling, impaling herself with the spikes of the glass. The several shards poke out of her skin, bleeding down in this pool of blood as she continues to cough and choke on it. Her eyes glaze over as she watches you, and there's this kind of smile on her face. And I'll see you next time, love.
I'll wince at her.
But her corpse will stay. At least it's not moving anymore.
I'm gonna turn around and walk away, and as I pass Saskia, I'll whisper, I guess that's how I will it away.
It's something. But also on par for you.
Jab, jab.
I still hate your guts!
Like, you know, Hannah's just gonna look at Wes like every night.
Yeah.
All right, Jan. Roll avoid harm.
That's with reflexes, right?
Mm-hmm.
16.
Excellent. You dodge a car.
Oh.
If he can dodge a ball, he can dodge a car.
Yeah. A car just appears out of nowhere and smashes into the townhome right where you were. The driver going through the window and smashing his neck against the townhome wall.
Okay. Well, Jan's tired of being cold and in the rain. He just pops open the car door or jumps through the hole the guy went through the windshield in. Jan just kind of shrugs and then just hops in the car at that point. And then checks the glove box, like trying to see, like, there's smokes in here, right? There's got to be smoke.
Yeah, there's smokes in here.
Okay, he's like, all right, well, this'll do. Turns the heater on the car on.
Yeah, the wanderer is looking with an approving nod. Well, more of this, over and over again, until it's perfect. You have plenty of time here. At least to master this part.
I can try to guide you with like meditations to focus your soul, your will, so that you have more control over what you create here.
Might be good so I don't just keep putting cars into buildings.
Hana's just gonna try to with the nosebleed.
So I will do a guided meditation for our group, so as to try to help them feel their soul and maybe be able to enact something with their soul.
Yeah. Open that third chakra.
Yes. Open your third eye.
Yeah. So you guys will be here for about 3 weeks. You're gonna learn the skills. That's not in question. But I want 3 scenes from you during this time, during the breaks.
Okay.
So someone can be the prompter for the first scene. The third scene will be random. I will choose.
I will take Jan aside
Okay.
and this is very weird.
You're telling me.
And then Hans is not here, which is also very weird.
Hmm?
And there are other things I'm noticing while I'm here. Like how I don't necessarily want the same things I want when I'm awake. But I think I should want them. Like food and showers and sex and all this other things. But it's like here it doesn't seem as urgent.
Is it perhaps some sort of sense of clarity, or the idea of the Wanderer noted those were a lot of things that were beautiful in the lie, right? So is the waking the lie, or is this the dream, or this is not really my thing. I'm usually more the man who hits guys with cars and takes money.
Well, I think that whatever this soul is going to take a little bit of that and a little bit of what I do. And like you, when we left the hospital, or not the hospital, the apartment where Ethel and Layla were, you had said that there was a darkness, and you looked terrified. And yet, when I stood in front of the darkness, I was able to keep it at bay. I think these are skills that we are going to need more of in order to combat what is coming, in order to survive or at least be successful. I mean, it's pretty obvious we are probably not going to survive.
Well, if looking at what happened to Wes is any sort of indication of things, our survival doesn't really make much of a difference. We're still bound to whatever is going to happen with this. So we might as well try to stay alive. It sounds a lot less, well, fucked, for lack of a better term.
Probably. Hans was teaching me a few things about fighting, because I'm not very good at that. Would you perhaps teach me more?
I'm not much of a person for fighting either. But in terms of how I go about that sort of thing, usually my general way of thinking of a fight is if the other guy has any idea it's a fight, I've already lost.
So you do shadow stuff. I
No,
would say shadow work, but that's something completely different.
precisely. If nothing else, if the man thinks we're having a fight, he's already aware enough of it. If he's not aware, he's much easier to put a knife in his back or beat over the head with something, or hit with a car, or shoot with a gun. the reason it worked out so well for me in the past is that the man didn't see it coming. People generally don't think of something like this car going down the road is going to swerve onto the sidewalk for me. People don't think that the person walking down the street behind you is going to pull a gun and just pull the trigger before you've reacted. People have this romantic idea of what fighting is, when in reality it's all about survival, and I will do anything to end up on top.
It sounds to me that your specialty then is to be unassuming
Hmm.
so that people feel at ease if they see you coming.
That's half of everything, is just making sure to think things through in that regard. And then secondly, whenever going into a situation, have a way out. Think ahead of time. Always be about a step or two ahead of what's going on. That's why this whole paladin thing bothers me so much. Someone who's watching from the outside that is a step ahead of me, even.
You should have heard his voice. It was terrifying. I did not like it.
Hmm. Well, that's something that we need to resolve as well, because we also have other people following us on top of just trying to find this Magda thing. I don't know exactly to what you all have assigned yourselves, but judging by the way things are going, I assume that I'm now tied up in this mess as well.
I will spend the remainder of this time explaining everything that I know has happened, which starts with picking up Wes and Hans from the hospital, all the way through the demon breaking through, breaking my hand, then talking to the archangel and getting marching orders to capture and I guess capture and destroy, or just at least capture and restrain Shaka and all that good stuff.
Jan just kind of sits there somewhat bewildered by this whole story, just kind of like, he's heard some stuff, he's seen some things, and at the first half of it, he's kind of just almost in denial about most of this. Like, there's no way this is. And then he realizes that he conjured a car with his mind that tried to kill him, and is like, well, maybe this isn't so far fetched after all.
I just had an idea, and I tried to conjure my hand. Fuck.
All right, what's the next prompt? Scene dose.
I guess, probably Johanna and Wes, right?
Yeah, so question, probably about halfway through this, or towards the end, we get better at this, at walking through the dream. We can create things, right?
You can change an inanimate object to another inanimate object.
Wes has been doing very poorly. He's been apathetic about it at best. But towards the end, he'll approach you, Johanna. I've been counting the days. I'm running out of time.
What do you mean?
You know what the Wanderer said? I go back after this.
Maybe if you can control it, maybe you can.
You think you'd give me that?
I don't know, but you have to fucking try, right? I mean, why else are you here? Something in you wants to try.
I can take my fate now, but I'm not sure I can if I try and fail first.
What do you mean?
I mean, in a few days, I go back to something unthinkable. I can't even remember it. He wouldn't even let me comprehend it. And if I accept it, maybe it's easier to take.
No. You're the one who was telling us that we needed to fight, that we needed to not give up.
What do you want me to do? Build a door.
I don't know. Fucking anything, honestly. We after everything that you've been through, to just give up, like, out of character, his kid, as far as we are aware, or at least that
Taken
he
by
told.
the state.
Yep.
Okay, but he's still alive.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
fine. Yep.
Okay, cool. Think about your son. He's still alive. You could get him back.
Wanted man, you think I can get him back?
I don't know, but I think you should try.
Look, I know we can do things in here that we couldn't, but it's self-contained. Do you honestly think I could get out?
Honestly, I don't know, but we've seen a lot of we've seen a lot, and most of it was impossible, or at least what I thought was impossible, what had to be impossible. So I think that you are here right now talking to us after what we had seen, or at least what they had seen of what happened to your body. I think that's something, and I think that it is a waste to give up on everything that has brought you to this moment. I think it is a waste to ignore that this is it's stupid to say out loud, but this is a miracle, right? Like, you being here right now with us. So what is wrong with you that you would want to waste that?
We're just failing again, Joe.
But think about it this way. If you lose, you go back to the place. You do nothing, you go back to the place. But if you succeed, you don't know. You might not go back. At least not there. So you only have like, you can only win, honestly. Everything else is just the status. Like there is no failure.
I don't see a way back. If there were, I'd try.
I just feel like she would just slap him. Because now she's just like, get over yourself. And she would just say that, get over yourself. Like, you're not going to try just because you can't see? See?
How would you like me to try? What do you want me to do? Build the coffee shop around the corner from where I live? Head inside, pretend I'm back home?
Maybe You can.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I'll
You
show
know.
you.
Yeah. Show me. Fucking show me.
And brick by brick, I'll recreate it to my memory, starting with the foundation, the parking lot, just planted in the middle of this dream. I guess time's a bit of an illusion here, but after whatever passes, a shoddy version of the building, assembled by my brain Legos, and it's just that. This is a husk. It's dead. Like I'm dead. Johanna, would you like some coffee?
I would like some coffee. She's mad.
I'll get the door for you and assemble the bell so that it chimes next time I open it.
At the very least.
Wait, we need to sit first. I don't know how you like it. You do it.
She would imagine a cup of coffee, whatever the last brew that Detective Fritz had conjured, and it's black, 2 sugars.
Smells good. And I'll conjure myself a cognac. I guess I can drink in here, can't I? Because, see, it's not real.
Did you notice, though, that building all of this wasn't a struggle for you this time? She'll sip her coffee.
Take a sip. Where do we go from here?
Again, if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't know. But I know we have to keep going. If what Saskia said is true, and whatever was unleashed from that ritual is still out there, I think that I don't want everything that we experience to for more bastards like us to get sucked into this. And I think that we have a responsibility to do something about it. And I think for you in particular, with your son, with Sabine, do you want them to experience what we've seen behind this curtain? Because I don't know, I have to think that there's people that I care about that I don't want to see suffer, and I think forward.
You don't know how badly I wish I could just go back.
What's stopping you?
I don't know. I'd like to wake up now. To tell you the truth. I'd like to be back in Berlin. I used to fucking hate it there. Once upon a time, I thought I wanted to die before I went back to that job, but
The weather was awful.
apparently I'd kill people. But the a chance at my shitty life again. I want to see Henry. But goddamn, I want to wake up.
And with that, we move.
Maybe. And if we do really master this, maybe you can just make a door to the other side. I don't know. But I think, again, that we are sitting here having a cup of coffee, that has to mean something, right?
You're right.
And with that, we move to the last scene, the last day of the dream. You four are present, as well as the Wanderer. You've all done well. I think you can probably feel an ounce of self-respect. This isn't over, though. There's still much I have to teach you, but we've ran out of time. We'll walk back towards the tree, and when we get to that tree, we're all gonna wake up.
All of us.
Wes, you know where you're going.
But please, he doesn't have to. He's
Why
He's a
doesn't
part
he
of
have to?
He's a part of this as much as the rest of us have been.
Yeah, but why does that factor in? Is he special because of this? Are any of you special because of it?
No.
There we go.
Please, just...
If we could learn to do this, I assume just about anyone could.
Exactly. You are not special. You are trivial. And I don't say this in an attempt to demean you, but more so you understand your place in this world. And my own place as well. I can't do anything for him.
And why can't he stay here?
Because they'll come for him. In this
Who-
place.
Who are they?
Johanna, did you like that beautiful thing I showed you?
Yes.
Don't make me replace it with something ugly. There are sights and sounds and smells that are as fantastical as they are horrifying. You're not ready. You never will be ready. But there'll come a time when you'll have to face it. It's not today.
She'll just look at Wes. I'm sorry.
To the tree. You have a couple of minutes before we'll make it there. Please converse. Say your goodbyes for the time being.
I...
Can't.
I don't want you to. There has to be something we can do.
Johanna, let him go.
Again, I just... Why is he here then? If not,
Right
We've
now is not the time. But it sounds like we will see him again.
I'm hoping so.
you fight like hell. Do you understand?
I always have. Thank you, Johanna. Thank you, Jan. Saskia, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Be successful.
Well,
I could not
I'm
have said
dead.
it better for myself.
uh,
You can thank us in person.
I'd like to thank Hans. Make sure he's good.
It was
Keep an eye-
okay. The last time we saw him.
I don't know who Shagadiel is, but and my voice will get louder as I walk back over to my destiny. When you see him, fucking kill him.
That's the hope.
And I'm ready to go.
And he vanishes, and you all wake up in the car. It's morning.
I assume we probably have the best night's sleep we've ever had in quite some time right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's only been a night, though.
lovely.
I feel like Ioana would just like cry for a while because she's just like fucking overwhelmed.
It's fair.
I'll look at Jan, and I think we should just let her grieve. Maybe.
Makes sense to me. Where's the destination for now?
I think we are going to the camp in Moscow.
All right, then we shall probably need to figure out what kind of documentation we'll need, paperwork, and all that other stuff. I might know a guy who can get some of that squared away.
Well, what does our current documentation look like? Because the border should be open to Moscow now. Because the wall is no longer there.
That wouldn't lead us to Moscow. That would lead us to like East Germany or East Berlin at the best. But we would still have to cross a bunch of countries getting to Russia from Germany, which at this point in history, all of them are separate border crossings. There's no EU yet.
Suddenly a rapping on the glass beside the car.
Whose window are you tapping on?
Driver's side. Front.
Look at the side of the thing, slowly just reaching under her hand in his coat, basically looking over at the source of the knock.
See a face. Young, too young. No facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
But blonde hair, parted down the middle.
Okay.
A scrawny man wearing motorcycle gear.
Mm-hmm.
Did you roll down the window?
Cracks it slightly. Morning.
Good morning. This isn't a place to rest.
Felt like I could use a nap.
Fair. Where are you headed?
Nanya.
Kind of chuckles a bit. Somewhere.
The
What's
last
it to
time
you?
I called, you answered. Look, I have plenty of documentation that might ease your journey a little bit. I was just wondering if you're in the market for some fake IDs.
Wait a second. Who are you?
She's catching up. How about you follow me? Take you someplace safe. Motorcycle. Hard to miss. Just a few more miles.
Well, he hasn't tried to kill us immediately, nor is he Does he have small insects flying about him? And he's wearing pants. Let's trust him.
If he wanted us dead, he could have just torched the car or shot us while we were sleeping. Seems legit.
Again, he is speaking to us in a calm and rational voice. There are no weird insects flying around him. He's wearing pants. That's good enough for me.
He'll head back to his little BMW motorcycle and head up the road.
Jan will start, basically get the car started, flips the high beams a couple times, basically is just a signal of goodwill, and pulls off after.
Well, Mitchell, where do we go?
There's a diner not too far down.
Oh, yes. Breakfast.
Where they serve breakfast.
Frühstück, yes.
Inside, it's this nice, quaint little place with several people getting ready for the morning rush. For anyone who saw the end of Icarus, you do see an individual, a woman, in the corner of the dining area, kind of poking at eggs and pancakes. She has a very peculiar look to her. Several scars that run over her face and her neck. She's the most interesting person right now in this dining area. Other than that, there's 3 other people within, just drinking coffee, some reading newspapers. But, it doesn't smell like shit here, so that's good. No flies, it seems pretty clean.
I'll make sure to grab a booth for my friends, so when they arrive, tailing me, they have a place to sit. And some waters. Please sit.
Yeah. So I feel like Johanna would just, I'm assuming it's just the standard, two-person booth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Johanna would sit next to the stranger because, again, she doesn't give a fuck anymore.
He's very young.
Yeah.
He might be 18 or 19. College student. You can tell he's American by his thick American accent and his garbage German.
Okay, so he's about Saskia's age. Only a couple years younger.
Yeah. And he'll wait for a chance to break the silence. Say, admin. Admin.
What?
That was Wes Davis's password. He's an idiot.
Are you fucking serious?
Well, yours aren't any better, strictly speaking, but...
Well, I don't use the internet, that's why.
Anyway, you guys are easy to track. Up until recently. Actually, turns out the cops, they think you're dead. Wes managed to die, they think you fled. The trail's cold from there. We have some time. I have IDs for you guys, but I'm gonna need to know a little bit more about Shagadiel.
How much do you know? Because we don't know a whole heck of a lot. Also, your German is atrocious.
Well, I'm your shadow. I don't know more than you, but I know a lot about you. It's up to you guys to push it.
Why do you care about...
Oh, well. You see, I'm a student. I came here to learn, maybe get some research done, but this is just way more fascinating. See, one night, cracking into the database, and, Wes's story is just far too interesting. It's a shame he died. I'm sorry.
Business.
Led me here, though. It's pretty serendipitous. if you'd ask me, but the matter is quite dark. We can't dally.
At this point in time, a stack of pancakes come on out, something that you guys didn't order. It's placed down before you, and there is a napkin underneath it with a little bit of like a lipstick red kissed on it, and it's set before Paladin.
Admirers.
I want to wink at the waitress who put it down.
She's like, and she kind of points at this woman in the corner, scarred, and looking down at her plate.
That's a bit embarrassing. I wish I could say this happens a lot, but it doesn't.
Great. I'm gonna get up and go see her.
Well, hold on now.
I believe
You
now is the
can't
time.
stop Saskia.
I believe now is the point where I begin instituting morning drinking.
Johanna's just gonna eat some of the pancakes.
Yeah.
Paladin doesn't have any.
So
Just
Saskia moves forward. Johanna starts eating the pancakes, and as you do, you kind of set the napkin off to the side. It has a little bit more to it.
Oh, what's in it?
There is a lovely drawing, and it depicts you four, each of you with this kind of carved mechanism into your face, with blood dripping down. Paladin is the only one who looks normal. And then in the background, there's almost this disfigured picture of Wes, screaming in agony. And
So-
Saskia sits down. Do you have a question, Jay?
Yeah. So she would like hold up the drawing and like show Jan, and then show the paladin, and just like with a mouthful of pancakes, just like, you sure you want to be a part of this? Like,
Been too deep already. It's okay. There's a pattern here. Every time you think you can take a break, shit hits the fan. That's why I didn't confront you. I thought you guys were all gonna die, to be honest. Well, we're not safe. I hope you understand that by now.
how do you think I'm eating fucking pancakes?
Jan basically grabs or gets a second, basically a half liter of Hefeweizen, basically, and just pushes it over to Paladin, and then takes one up for himself.
My eyes are fixated in Saskia's direction.
All right, Saskia.
No,
you
I mean, you're
approach.
not. I'm gonna start drinking.
Prost.
You approach this woman. She looks mid-20s, tan complexion with several scars on her body. Her hair is this mix of red, blonde, and black. Her eyes.
So she's totally my type. This is awesome.
Yeah, her eyes kind of have a almost jeweled quality to it. Sometimes looking blue, sometimes looking green. Her lips are red, and she is wearing a white dress that you can kind of tell that she's not wearing anything underneath.
Delightful. Good morning, Schatz. How are you?
I don't speak German.
Oh, well, good morning.
Morning. How was your morning?
Well, we are here, and I get to meet you.
You do. I'm delighted as well.
What is your name? I am Saskia. I'm sure you might actually know that.
I don't. No. I was curious, but I'm pleased. It's a lovely name.
And yours?
M.
M?
Yeah. You can call me Emma or Just M.
I like it. It is. It has a good sound.
It does seem to curl around at the tongue and kind of float listlessly onto the lips.
You sent us, or my companion, some pancakes.
Well, it seems like most of you are having a tough time.
It has been a long couple of days. So, thank you.
Of course. Pancakes are the least I can offer. Something fluffy, warm, soft to the touch, especially nice with maple.
You seem awfully connected to things that are sensuous in nature.
I wouldn't say that. I think I'm mostly just carnal.
That is familiar. So you say that you notice us, and that we could use some comfort if I am interested.
Comfort of pancakes.
What brings you here?
Traveling. I go and I kind of have a fondness for diners, so I frequent them. I almost imagine myself one day writing about the taverns and diners I've been to. Maybe writing a book.
Oh, well, with travel opening up slowly, that would be useful.
I think so. I was excited to hear the prospects and am enjoying my time here so far.
I would like to try to glean her, like why she's interested in us, because I'm pretty sure that I don't believe her. Either that or I want to get laid, and it's probably a mix of the two.
All right, you can observe a person, I believe.
Observe situation?
Or
read a person.
Read a person. There you go.
Okay. 16.
All right. Well, Nate, go ahead with your questions.
So it seems to me that perhaps you might know a bit about us. Is that right?
She smiles, and from that smile, you can kind of detect a little bit of mirth as her eyes glints. You notice that her eyes kind of trace the silhouette of your face, but in a very different way than you probably see yourself. Her eyes kind of focus on the three, and then smiles at the new boy wonder. He doesn't fit your pack.
No, he is new. He chose to be here.
He chose wrong.
He did, but we'll see what happens. What do you see?
A mark upon
kind
your
of-
face, carved deep into your soul. A blessing and a curse.
This is known to me.
Well, you asked.
Does it frighten you?
No.
Do you
Maybe.
also seek answers?
No. I think I've seen enough answers. I'm very content with the truth that I live.
Do you have a reason for reaching out to us other than we simply looked hungry and were marked?
I think we're both hungry in a way.
In more ways than one, I'm sure.
You're flirting with me.
I do that.
I haven't been flirted with in a very long time.
What can I say? Women with scars and beautiful hair, they get me every time.
And she leans forward, and you can kind of see the pale neckline as she does. And your eyes might even linger a little bit in places where maybe it shouldn't. And you can smell her and her breath. It's almost like a sweet lilac or maybe cedar. If you want, I know a place not far from here. A nice little cabin in the woods.
That sounds quite decadent, but I fear they would not survive with me gone too long.
Doesn't matter.
I think it does to me. And I'll lean over and kiss her. But thank you for the conversation.
She kisses back, and you kind of get a small prick on your lip and a slight drop of blood as you feel her tongue kind of make its way over your lips, and she rests back with a little bit of your blood going down her chin, and she kind of dabs it with a napkin and smiles. Oh, what a wondrous time we would have had, Saskia.
Perhaps another opportunity will present itself.
People don't often meet me more than once.
Oh?
It's just a way of traveling, I think. Stars colliding. It's a big universe.
But coincidences happen too. We shall see.
And on that day, I hope that you'll open yourself up to me and you won't deny me again.
If lightning strikes twice, you can be assured that I will not let you pass again.
Good. Because you've really left me a little bit bothered. But I'll forgive you.
The feeling is mutual.
She gets up and kind of places some money on the table, and she doesn't look at you, but she walks by, and you know that this walk is specifically for you, Saskia. You can see her pale legs, and as she moves through and then out of the door.
Jan, you missed a show.
I didn't miss anything.
Johanna,
What?
does she kiss everybody she meets?
I mean, she hasn't kissed you, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't met me yet.
I walk up right at that moment and say, only if you're willing.
I feel like Johanna's like having like the last bite of the pancake, like as Sasuke sits down, and then it's like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Jan realizes he's been having this discussion with their new arrival the whole time, then looks over and sees the pancakes are gone and just kind of like sinks in the chair a minute. Damn.
Okay, listen. Two things. Number one, I was really hungry. Number two, they were really good.
Imagine you lot slept for at least 14 hours.
So, everyone keep it together.
Oh, yay!
Right.
And that's coolness?
I think willpower.
Or willpower. Okay.
Yeah, I really should have the moves up.
I got a 6.
Yay!
Oh, I
You
got a
can't
16.
clap.
Y'all, look at my screen real quick.
You can't clap.
I got 12.
Yay!
I also got a 12.
Yay! How about you, Paladin?
16.
Oh man.
This ain't Wes's rules, guys. This is different.
Oh
This
God,
is
I've
Pally
become
time.
new Wes.
Thing.
No.
When she leaves, it's only a couple of minutes when you kind of start to notice things that you didn't before.
Oh, no.
The wall with the wallpaper is peeled and burnt.
Oh no!
The coffee old.
alive!
And yeah, the thing that kind of shatters is before Johanna is a man about the age of early 20s, carved up with his chest open. You look down at your knife and fork and you see it's covered in blood, and you have blood dripping down your mouth. There are several other people in here, but each one of them has been kind of ripped apart, bleeding, and this whole place seems like it's been recently just burned. Holes, and you can feel the breeze from outside. But yeah, Shane, you take -2 stability. Everyone else but Pally takes -1 stability, and probably the scare condition.
Johanna's gonna throw up.
Yeah. You throw up, and like tendrils of veins and intestines just kind of like almost like a worm comes out like oh yeah, we will skip over that, but it is horrific.
Yes.
All right, so quick question with the stability tracker. That would go from composed down to unfocused or something in that case? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys hear the sound of tires against gravel, and then 2 doors opening, then shutting.
Before I ask too, with stability, do you recover that after the sessions or
Nope.
no? Okay, so then I'm gonna guess I should be here.
The doors are opened. I'm checking that correctly.
Anyone
All
gonna
right,
look out
well,
the window?
Yeah,
Yeah,
judging.
let's fucking leave. Like you
Kinda
know,
so.
like.
All right, so this area looks like it's been on fire. What's the kitchen area look like? Are there people in the kitchen, or could we?
No, it's kind of like you see doors to the kitchen. One of the doors is on the ground. It looks burnt and empty. You hear 2 sets of footsteps coming towards the diner.
Does the paladin still look like the paladin, or is he also some awful monster?
No, paladin's fine.
Still scrawny dude. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Actually, I would like.
Joanna seems more surprised by that.
He's not actually a skeleton. Nope.
Yeah, like
Just,
you're not some sort of giant centipede,
Nope.
something where except instead of legs, you have like legs with hands on them, and then those hands have other hands.
Yeah, his hands are normal and where they should be.
Okay.
Though the person on the table is twitching with his eyes glazed over, kind of looking over at Johanna.
So I would like to actually use my advantage, ace up the sleeve in this case, to try to gain an edge edges in the scene. Let's see, it's a coolness roll, so I have a total of 17. So I would get 2 edges, I believe. The edge I'm looking to actually implement in this case is looking for spot a way out, basically, or look for the way out, basically.
Bathroom, go.
That's the way out? Okay. Then, quick, restroom, go. And just try to lead everyone, just make a break for it.
Excellent.
Right.
You go into the restroom, and this place, like it's half the wall is caved in, broken and burnt. It looks like the mirror was kind of shattered and then placed quite delicately onto several people, as they're kind of sliced and dismembered on top of the stalls. Kind of from your vantage point, you see a police vehicle kind of a little further down the road, and you hear someone say, "Oh my God." What are you guys doing? You guys are now
What's the
outside.
plan, Jan? What is the plan?
Well, the plan is that the police are here and we need to get the fuck out of here.
You're good at this shit. You can take my motorcycle.
We could do that, but then the cops can still chase us. Our best bet would be to take out one of their tires and then make a run for it, because they'll first instinct is to try to chase us. Their tire will blow, and then they'll have to actually pull off and fix it. We get a lead.
Or all four of you could be on the motorcycle.
I don't think that's the plan.
Also,
Yeah.
we have an unconscious
Sorry, you're cutting out. I
person.
don't hear.
Hans is in the car.
Yeah, we need to get our Hans back.
Every
I am
time
not-
he leaves.
I am not leaving Hans again.
Jan,
No,
you're good
we're
for
not
this.
leaving.
It's your call.
All right, so you guys get to the car. I can either drive the bike or you can take the bike. You make sure you rev it real loud the moment you go to take off to inspire them to want to go for the chase. That way they'll go for you first. Tire goes out, and we follow.
I'm no daredevil. You're doing that.
All right then, I got it.
Take the keys.
All right, toss the
need
keys.
yours.
Hans keys
Saskia, you have a knife?
in the car.
Jesus,
Yeah.
we're killing people now.
No, we're cutting the
Okay.
tire on the car. Here,
All right.
like reach over, hand Saskia Jan's knife, basically.
Yep.
All right, ready?
Run for it.
Let's go.
All right.
Right.
God.
Han, roll act under pressure.
Let's see here. Let's see. I have one other edge, so +2 on the roll to take it, or I have a +2 from my ace in the hole,
Mm-hmm.
or ace up the sleeve. So oof, that's not good. I have like a grand total of 6.
Okay. And what was your task in all of this?
To jump on the bike and drive off, basically rev it loudly and just try to attract attention so they can get the car.
Yeah, you kind of run over it, and they see you immediately. So why don't you endure injury at a -3?
Okay. That's a total of 12.
All right, excellent. So you take a serious wound as you feel blood start to go down your stomach as a bullet hits you. Do one more as you were kind of jetting off down the street.
Total of 10.
All right, you take another serious wound
Okay.
as you get shot again in the shoulder. But you are now going down. You're kind of your vision's getting blurry as you've taken 2 bullets. The police are now running towards their vehicle. What's the next step?
Next step is someone's got to cut the tire on it, basically.
So I will be sneaking up to cut a tire.
All right, act under pressure.
I'm gonna move to start the car.
Excellent. What'd you get?
I got 17 minus 1 plus 16 plus 2 coolness because I'm too cool.
Oh, snap.
So I got 18.
Excellent. Yeah, you slice it, and Johanna, Paladin, and Saskia get into the car and peel off.
I'm gonna reverse the car to meet where the police car is, and then once I stop, I'm switching to the passenger side because I'm not driving the getaway car.
All right.
That's good because Saskia wouldn't let you anyway.
Yeah.
Saskia, roll act under pressure as you drive away, or if you have anything else.
Punch it.
I am going to again do act under pressure, and because that's okay. That's okay. So that is a 15 exactly.
Woo!
Whew!
Under pressure.
Perfect. You peel off a couple of shots, like hit the vehicle, but you hear them curse, and then as they try to get into the car and move, it just kind of spins out as the tire just goes boop, 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 boop.
I hold up my right stub, but in my mind I'm flipping them off. But I just have a stub. So
Yeah. So what do you guys do now?
Probably I'm gonna get down the road and probably dump the bike because I probably can't see straight right now because I'm losing a lot of blood and probably not able to drive very well.
You guys see Jan, like the motorcycle tossed to the side. He looks like he's in bad shape.
Oh shit. We
So,
gotta get him.
yeah.
So I will pull up as close to the downed bike as I can.
I'll jump out before you even make it to a full halt. And head towards him with haste.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
Johanna
gonna pick
will
him
help.
up.
Verdammt.
Yeah. Jesus.
Usually it works a little better than that.
That's when it's not my bike, right?
They're
Alright, let's get you-
they're extra clothes in the trunk. You can use that for bandages.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Johanna will honestly use what she's already wearing for bandages. It's like they're already covered in blood and whatever. So yeah, she'll pack him up. Because at this point she has the experience of packing up Wes.
Are you
And
gonna pull the bullets out?
not with my fingers.
As soon as we catch a break, I'm gonna break for the motorcycle. I have stuff I need to get out of it.
Yeah. You guys have
Alright.
time, it seems
Yeah.
like, at this point in time.
Okay.
Do we have tweezers or anything?
I have a knife. I have my athame. It's thinner.
Okay.
Whatever. When
Alright.
she says that, goes for the Athene, he basically just pulls out his flask and wants to pour it on there. It's like, this is gonna
Yep.
hurt.
All right.
Here, Johanna, do you want me to do this?
Please go for it.
Okay, get ready to drive if they start coming.
Okay.
And I will hold you down with one elbow. I'll take my good hand.
Jan's gonna take his leather coat, basically, and shove the sleeve of it in his mouth,
Yeah.
basically, to
Yep.
bite down on it.
Yep.
Well, again, Johanna just gives you her shirt. Can you get me something from the back? She'll say to the paladin.
And I will go in with my hands.
All
Or
right.
my
Why not?
hands.
Act under pressure, and Jan, keep it together.
Oh God.
Fuck yeah! Excuse me.
My keep it together is 14, actually.
Ooh, nice.
And my act under pressure, I rolled a 19. Just
Ooh.
showing that I rolled the 19, but it's not working. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
So,
Anyway.
Jan, you take -1 stability, and just in pain, we'll say. But Saskia does it perfectly, cuts down the line, and is able to, in kind of a quick motion, peel the bullet out of your flesh, both of them.
One-handed. bitches.
One-handed,
My goddess has blessed me.
What are you doing with the bullets, Saskia?
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
You know,
and
might
Jan,
be useful.
you're able to stay conscious too.
I really wish I wasn't conscious. Ugh.
Did it hit? Is he spouting blood, or is it?
It didn't hit any major arteries. The probably important part right here is just keeping it from being infected.
Okay, so I will pour some of the vodka on it, and then I will close it the best I can and take whatever is left of the stuff that I made after we left the asylum. If I have any of that left, I will pack it in there to keep it clean.
Excellent.
Throw a spare shirt to Johanna. You keep him in stock for this reason?
You would be. You've read Wes's file, and you're not surprised that we are fleeing a scene covered in blood.
Talking about removing your shirt. I could have given him this as a bandage, but sure, that. Motorcycle's ruined. I hope you guys have a spare seat in the car.
Well, we don't have Wes with us anymore, so yes.
Shit. I don't mean to replace him. I'm gonna move my equipment into the trunk.
I feel like Johanna would just like squint at him when he says that.
You bitch.
I will give Jan a kiss on the forehead, and just like, it's okay. You can sleep now. I will drive.
She does kiss everybody she meets.
I haven't kissed Johanna yet, but she doesn't want one, so it's all good.
Johanna would like look at her like, excuse me?
Okay, I never asked. Do you want me to kiss you?
I mean, not right now. No.
All right,
put me
great.
on the spot.
Yeah,
No,
like
it just seems like it'd be a pity kiss.
also she hasn't brushed her teeth since the last thing she ate.
Oh yeah, that too.
Organ pancakes.
Organ and
anybody
vomit
have-
pancakes.
Does anybody have a mint?
I have cloves.
That'll do. Wait, some of that vodka, please.
I think Jan is sleeping, so the flask is just.
I'm just gonna grab it and just like.
And you guys heading out with the vehicle?
Yep.
There are.
Excellent.
I am still the driver.
So Wes, since you've been unfortunately unlucky, why don't you give me a D10? We'll say if it is a 4 or higher, something bad will happen.
For Wes?
For everyone. I mean, something bad is already happening to Wes. There's nothing really we can do about that.
Was I supposed to roll that? I got a 1.
Oh no!
No, he said if 4 or higher, something bad will happen.
Yeah,
Oh,
you are
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
1, 2,
I'm not
3.
even-
You
I'm
are
like-
good. You see
Okay.
like
I thought
a
he said
police.
lower.
You see a police
Killed it.
vehicle kind of like move behind you and then just like overtake you and pass you without.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, it's because I changed my shirt.
Like doesn't match the description.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Those people are
Misinterpreted
definitely
that.
not blood soaked.
I thought we were toast there for a second.
No, we are not food. Get in the car.
Let's please not talk about food for a little while.
All right, fine.
I don't think I will ever eat again.
Just smoke the clove. It will taste better.
Yep. So it's a
So,
long.
Paladin.
It's a long trip to where you guys are wanting to go, and we will come up on the second night. You all dream, of course, except for Paladin. Paladin just has regular dreams, but the rest of you are back in that same dream world. With the hill and the tree, the same wanderer is there, and hey, Wes is there too.
Hello, Wes.
Hey.
Hello, Wanderer.
You're back.
Aren't I?
There was some shit that happened. We survived, but there was some shit that happened.
Wish I could be there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a fan of bullets.
But did you die?
No, Just hurts a lot,
The pain will subside.
usually.
Eventually. Unfortunately, because this place has been stretched out in terms of time, you're going to feel pain throughout it.
Well, that should just give me something to focus on.
Good. Welcome back, Wes. Sometimes, in dreaming, you will need to change yourself in order to overcome something. And you see him turn into a raven and land on a branch, and then fly back down and change back into this human version of himself. The landscape around you twists until you find yourself in a peculiar one. Multicolored crystals grow in regular patterns. You are standing on a translucent pathway surrounded by crystalline labyrinth. There's nothing you can really change here. No inanimate object you can use to overcome things. So you're going to have to learn how to change yourself. Are you ready?
Sure.
Excellent.
Why not?
The ground opens up beneath you, and you see several sharp spikes underneath. Everyone roll soul and tell me what you're trying to turn into, or do.
Roll an 8.
Cool.
Well, an 11.
I guess she would have been trying to be like a bird of some kind.
Excellent.
I rolled a 15,
All right.
and I would try to become a spider.
Rolled an 11. I'd like to be a vampire bat.
You would.
How about Jan?
I have a 13. Let's see here. Do I have any minus ones going on right now? Yeah, actually, my soul's only -1. So I have a 13.
All right. So the first thing you see is Johanna kind of flipping out and then falling and then being impaled by the spike as she kind of... And this spike is very large and it grows larger the further down you go. So the hole in her chest just continues to open up with kind of trails of her icky blood on the spike itself. Roll endure injury at a -5.
Oh no!
What is... Okay, so let's see. Okay, so -5 is a 9.
All right, you have this choice. I cannot make it for you.
Okay.
You can be knocked out, you can die, or you can have a critical wound.
Don't want her to die. I guess we could do the critical wound.
Excellent.
How does that work for then the real world?
We'll find out.
Yeah, you don't
Okay,
really know
cool.
at this point in time, but you are currently stuck on this impaled shard.
She's just gonna be like, "Ah!"
Yeah, definitely keep it together too. That's a good point.
Oh.
Okay. I got stupid good. 18.
Oh, you are fine.
Yeah,
Somehow,
she's really
some
bad.
way.
It's just her fucking rage. I'm just like, this fucking spike is gonna do it now.
So I imagine her doing like that meme of "This is fine." Flames all around. This is fine.
No, she is too pissed off to die here for this stupid reason.
And Jan and Wes, each of you roll endure injury at a -2.
All right, and what do you
Fortitude.
use? Fortitude. 14 total.
13 total.
All right, excellent. You guys just managed to kind of turn and dodge out of the way with some scrapes and cuts, but nothing too dramatic.
I actually wanted to say what I wanted to do to transform to get out of the maze is Yana's going to go for the whole Stretch Armstrong thing and just shoot his arm to grab the top of the rail and just hang on to it. And there's the dislodging of his shoulder and everything where it just pops and shifts while it's hooking on there. And then just becomes normal.
From up top, the Wanderer kind of claps. Well, this will be encompassing your training for the next couple weeks. Good luck. I'll be around. So, you guys have 3 weeks.
I will pop back out of spider form and try to help.
Yeah, Joanna's gonna try to imagine, do her best to imagine the spike pillar thing is instead made of sand. So then she just land on sand.
Unfortunately, if it's for some reason this whole world, you can't shape it like the way you could in the other one. It seems the only thing you can shape is yourself, which you have shown to not have a proficiency in, unfortunately.
Johanna, remember the meditation I gave you? Try to focus on that and use it to knit yourself back together once we get you off this spike.
Yeah.
Ready?
And it pops her up like a... It hurts like hell.
Oh, yeah.
But what scenes can we do while you guys are here?
I imagine Johanna is gonna have the hardest fuck time trying to stitch herself back together.
Yeah, you'll probably have a hole in your stomach for the most part.
All I wanted was fucking food. And then when I said I would never eat again, I was being sarcastic.
Hole in your stomach now.
Yes. It's real fucking funny. She's just literally trying to put Why won't it move?
You have to concentrate more. Here, I will walk you through this again. And I'll walk her through a meditation and a visualization of knitting a hole back together.
Excellent.
Actually, while she's talking about the whole knitting holes back together, Jan kind of looks at the bullet wounds in his body because he came in wounded, kind of thing of at least in my dream, can I make myself whole, kind of thing of just patching himself back together. At least,
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt still, but it's the idea of at least aesthetically it looks proper.
Yeah, you could definitely look normal, but the pain still persists.
Well, that's actually an interesting thought here then of something to try to do next time before going to sleep is see if I could put on a wet glove or something just as a reminder of that the real world is here. Kind of the idea, or Jan's kind of just sitting down wondering well, if this happens to me in the real world that I'm in pain, can I do things to myself in the real world to remind myself or stay grounded while dreaming?
So what scene did you guys want to do while you're here? Wes is back. Johanna ate someone. Saskia flirted with the person that... Yep. And Jan almost died.
I initiated a scene last dream sequence, so somebody else gets to do it this time.
Well, yeah, I thought we had started the one of just trying to focus on knitting back together.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wish I could help you. This is you.
I know that. I know. And again, part of me just wonders if I just deserve this.
Why?
Why does everyone keep coming up with these discussions of deserve, not deserve? That, this karmic idea that good things happen because you're a good person, or that you deserve to have good things, or bad things happen to you because you did something awful. I feel like that's a very simplified view of the world that doesn't make any sense.
That's because you happen to have the moral conscience of a soap dish. And I mean that in the nicest of ways.
You know, probably fair. But the point of it being is that it just seems like that would be a very comforting thought that, this all works out according to some grand scheme, some grand plan. All that I've been seeing lately just makes me think there isn't one. There isn't anything great here. It's whatever we seek to grab and take for ourselves.
What are you talking about? She told you about the fucking demon or whatever, right? And you're telling me that doesn't give you an idea that there's something about right and wrong and divine forces? Like, I was never even remotely religious. Like, I said the words. I learned about things growing up. But like, having those experiences, having this experience, you have to wonder. You have to go, all right, I'm not going to keep pretending that, nothing out there gives a shit, because obviously something does, or would it be hunted?
Well, we're followed by the police because we've done illegal things. The fact that there is something out there might be kind of like, how do you feel when a mosquito bites you on the ass?
It's more than that, though. I mean, again, like, the scene at the diner, that weird woman, everything. Like, it's not coincidence. It's just not.
Oh, I never said it was coincidence. It was more the fact of it just happens. It's not some good or evil or anything. It's that things are a shithole, and we're just seeing it's a shithole.
I don't think so. I think there are good things in this world, and I feel really sorry for you. If you have never experienced anything like that. And I sincerely hope that you do. Because there's more to the world than just senseless horror.
It's not that there's not more to the world than senseless horror. I enjoy parts of existence. Existence itself has some lovely pleasantries to it. It's better than not existing. So,
How is it out there?
well, I got shot a couple of times, so about the same as when I first met you.
Business as usual.
About.
In the course of the conversation, her stomach had begun to like knit up a bit more. I ate someone.
Yeah, go ahead and roll soul, Jen.
My
You ate
soul
someone?
is terrible. I got a 1.
Yeah, you're trying to move, and it just kind of flops and moves, and you almost look like a Picasso painting now as your face kind of contorts and like, whoa.
Alright, I can feel that I'm doing something, but I don't think I'm doing what I want it to do.
You're moving it. It's progress. It needs some work.
Yeah.
You ate someone.
Yeah. I thought I was eating pancakes, and the pancakes were a lie.
Sorry.
Right.
Saskia,
What?
you remember what the Wanderer said?
Which part? There were a lot of things he said.
We don't shape the outside. We shape within.
Yes.
Now look at your hand.
Okay, I look at my hand.
You think you can do it?
Here? Maybe. I don't think it would. I don't think it would do anything in the outside. I think it would be like Jan's bullet wounds. In the real world, it would
Look,
still be as it is.
There's no reason we'd be doing this if we don't take it outside of the dream. The hell is a dream? What's that for? Honestly. Something here matters. There has to be something. Something transfers.
Wes, I have an idea. You are wherever you are, and the Wanderer is blanked your thoughts about it so you can be here, correct?
I think so.
Is there any thoughts that you're getting here, something you could do to yourself wherever you are that would then transfer to when you are here, so you could tell us more about what's happening to you there? Because your state of body, wherever you would be, is the same. Like, I was shot in not dreaming. I come here, I'm still shot.
Right.
You see what I mean? If you have some sort of marking on yourself or do something to yourself, even in the dream, you would be able to recall it and could pass us information that way.
Perhaps.
I
Maybe
mean,
I can etch something. Okay.
You said you wanted to do more than try. You want to succeed, yes? Then take every edge and advantage you can.
Right.
So, Mitch, I want to try something. I want to try to transfer one part of my aesthetic to create like a spectral hand for myself. And so to take away the goth makeup and stuff and put it into what hopefully would be my hand.
Cool idea.
You can change aspects of your flesh, but stuff that's kind of inanimate, like makeup, is not stuff you can kind of manipulate.
Okay. I don't know, I just thought that was such a big part of my visual identity that maybe that was part of it. But yeah, I will try to grow my hand back somehow.
All right, go ahead and roll
all
soul.
The sirens go off here.
It comes back, but it's kind of like this skeletal-like figure, and you feel bits of yourself in other places moving. So your right side is now without skin, and you're definitely sure you're missing a few bones.
Nope. Put it back. Put it back. Putting
it back.
Well, it was worth a try. Honestly, I think part of why I'm here is to help you all. Where you all succeed in things like reasoning and investigating and everything, this conjuration of spirit, of soul, This is where my knowledge lies. This is where everything I studied, everything I believe exists. I think this is where I can help you all be ready for what's to come. Like with the darkness in the hallway and the spider children.
Jan looks extra twitchy at the mention of spider children and dark hallways.
Yes, I used that knowledge of myself, that power that is loaned to me or gifted to me. I don't know which. This goes beyond the physical. You have to be prepared in your spirit to face what's to come. Even if we die, we have to be able to face what's to come.
I feel like she would just like look at Wes. Like,
Excellent. So,
Yeah.
coming from the shadows is someone you recognize. Wes. Sabine. Oh, she's got. There we go.
What the hell? No.
Wait, what's going on?
What?
What's happening?
That's not.
How-
That's Sabine.
But it's your
to finally
nightmare,
meet
right?
you.
No, No, you're getting in my fucking head again. No, I can't do this. What do you want? Why are you here?
Wait, what are you talking? Where am I? I don't even know where I am. What are you talking about?
How did you get here?
That's a great question.
Need the Wanderer. We need the Wanderer. Where is he? What the fuck happened? Where were you?
I don't know.
I think
What?
the appropriate response, Wes, is to go and fucking kiss your wife or whatever.
Who's that?
It's complicated.
Who's that?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hug my wife.
Are you alive? Like in the real world? Have you been murdered?
What? I think
you went for a walk and we never saw you again.
Johanna, we'll figure this out in time.
If anyone knew if she's alive, it would probably be her, right?
I feel like I'm alive.
All right, so Wes,
What the hell happened?
how do you feel right now? Like, do you feel as you did when you were alive?
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to see if there's a difference, and mind you, Johanna has a giant hole in her stomach right now.
Listen, Johanna. It's
Huh?
her. But we're gonna take a second. Okay?
Who is everyone else here?
We'll get to that.
Names are easy. I am Saskia. That is Jan. You know Johanna, I think.
Well, hi.
Hello.
The Wanderer steps up, kind of like a shade, a man with not very many distinct figures or features about him. Sabine, what do you look like? Because many of these people have never seen you before.
Oh God, I haven't given a character description forever. I mean, I'm of a relatively very attractive, actually, young 20-year-old, well, 22, 23-ish year old, like
Much younger
long,
than
like
Wes.
long, like blonde brunette hair. I appear in the promo posters.
Yeah. The Wanderer speaks up while looking at the two of you, Wes and Sabine. I thought maybe this might bring some comfort to Sabine, who has been lost for some time.
Needed this.
I think you two have much to discuss, but I can't keep Sabine here for very long. You have 7 more minutes.
7 minutes.
Go!
I believe there was a game someone noted called 7 Minutes in Heaven or something.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Well, it's a bit awkward. But
That's
they
when we
could-
all turn around and give them some privacy. Come on.
Ah,
That'd be nice.
I take Joanna by the arm and lead her away, and we're gonna go do some more meditations to try to fix her face now and her stomach.
I'm still very confused, like looking at everyone.
Yeah.
Huh.
Sabine, we don't have enough time to make any of this make sense. But you're alive, or something in between. So am I. And Henry's okay.
Very good. Where's he with, or who's he with?
He's been taken. I was on the run.
Taken by who? He doesn't sound fine when you say taken like that.
Truthfully, I don't know who has him now. But he's safe. That after I fled, the government had to pick up the pieces, but I just imagine he's safe. Things have been a living nightmare. When you went missing, people thought I killed you. The media, likely everyone we knew, thought I did it. And they thought that's why I was running, but I know it could be the case. Something didn't add up. And you're here now. I don't know if that answers the question, but I'm fighting.
Just put a gentle like hand on your arm as you listening.
What's the realm like nearby?
It's kind of like Sabine. You were surrounded by a crystalline city, large structures. It looks surreal with a hazy horizon. It's definitely dreamlike, and despite kind of like the multitude of colors, it's not beautiful. More so, looks like a carcass.
Huh. Neat. So where are we?
It's not going to make sense if I answer it. We don't have enough time for it. So let's say for now that we're back at our honeymoon in New York, the shitty city. Let's just enjoy it for a second. I'm going to sit in silence for the rest of the time that the Wanderer gave us.
What do you do, Sabine?
I'm not sure. It's just because she's just so confused at everything right now and looking. She just might. Well, she's probably just holding on to Wes a bit too, because that's the only thing of familiarity that she has here.
There's times when you blink, when you can almost see a fuzzy white room. Several cords are connected to you. you kind of hear the hospital sound of beep, 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 and then you kind of fade back into this, and it kind of just goes back and forth as if you're partway dreaming.
What's wrong?
Huh. I mean, I don't know where I am here or anywhere else that isn't here, I guess. This is such a weird escape. I just feel like I see a hospital room. I'm so confused. Just
Hospital.
genuinely.
Hospital?
Yes?
You're alive. Okay, we don't have a lot of time. I want you to know. I'm not. If you recover, and I don't know what's going on, but find them. Johanna Wagner, Saskia, they'll find you. Look for them. They can help.
What the fuck do you mean you're dead?
Yeah, I was quite surprised too. I ran into some trouble. I was on borrowed time, and it's gone now. This is all that's left, I think.
Sabine starts to fade. You know that there's not much time left.
Oh, Christ. I'm not strong enough for this. But I guess I gotta be.
And I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you when you needed someone. I don't even know where I am.
Take care of Henry.
I'll find him. And you can see she's overcome with like lots of like thoughts in general.
Mm-hmm.
She's very like confused and worried and frustrated. There's too many things going on at once.
Yep.
Listen.
Lately. Wes is 20 pounds underweight. He looks very different when we first met him. He's resigned to an apathetic state.
Did no one cook for you?
No.
Ah,
don't eat.
sucks.
Sucks. So, and I guess you fade, right?
Yeah, less than a minute. Still got time.
I'm hating this.
Kiss your damn wife.
I'm gonna kiss Sabine.
I accept.
Then that's when Wes starts crying. Because it wasn't real until then. And I'm just gonna whisper, don't go.